back to a little quest for treasure. We're going rock hounding. We're on the Quest for Details channel. We're with Olive. And yeah, gonna go look for maybe some fire agates and some calcitony and who knows what else. We're just getting down here and the gravels are ripe. We are in a section of Pope Creek. We got some splashy water in a bucket with a cushy handle. Wow, hold that out in the light. Let's look at it. That's got some color to it, huh? Flip it over. Yeah. First arrowhead of the day. Oh, it disappeared to my eyes. Olive's over here now. Let's see if we can all re-spot it together. Oh, I see it. Okay, it's in the middle of the screen, but you can't see the screen. You gotta use your own eyeballs. Bam, there it is.
Oh!
Big break there from tumbling in the river and a fresh break there. That'll continue happening to it until it turns into sand. That is their fate in the gravels. Here's a little nugget of something. Feels light like rhyolite. It's got a lot of red and orange to it. We'll drop all these in the bucket. It's a cool little flake. Kind of some brown jasper agate looking stuff. These are some of my favorites, these little painted sandstones. They always look like desert scenes to me. It's kind of the bright white gray spectrum out here, especially with a lot of the algae in the lower bed areas. There's a nice clear chunk of quartz. I love that. Just found our big old gigantic chunk of agate I was looking for. But I wasn't sure if it was here. Holy moly. Oh, you see all the reds on that? Might be a really pretty rock. It's really pretty big. I can get a stick and dig at that. No, I'll show you when I got it out. Oh my god, okay. Check this out. That is just a chunk of agate goodness. I'm not sure how good. Let's go get it wet and clean it up. God, look at that, Olive. Come here. You see that? That's what I was talking about. Look at that. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Like more of a scrubby. That is solid agate. Well, I'm not sure. You get people arguing that because it's not banded, it's not agate. Maybe it's a type of jasper. Definitely microcrystalline quartz, definitely red. I'd call it fire agate. Okay, you can turn that off. So this whole node is like a red agate. You see, get some close-ups on the clarity. You see down in there? That's just one little bubble. See all the other bubbles? Very translucent. And then look at these areas. See if I can get you a window down into it. That almost has actual fire opal going on. Not red fire opal, but blue fire opals. All this, all red. This whole end of this is just ruby red, see-through, beautiful carnelians. Look at this. This is druzy, like a red-orange druzy patch. All with little see-through translucent domes. That whole zone. Got it. Maybe sitting on top of a, looks like it's really mingled. You can see here the light chalcedony and the fire. Bless you.
Thank you.
This whole thing is just solid. I kind of want you to sit down with this when I hand it to you, because everybody's, focus and eyesight is different. And sit in the shade for a second. And look at all the different clear areas and fiery red areas. And then think about this broken and cut and made into the polished pieces and how much color there is in there. It's going to be the find of the day. That is just crazy. Look at just that clear red. Can you see that with your eyeballs? That's deep. Sit with that for a second and just keep dipping it in the water. You can sit in the shade, but it's good to really appreciate it. And then when you're looking for the littler pieces out here, that's what I keep finding, these little broken pieces of this,
There's like bubbles.
That's called druzy. You've seen it in white quartz, where it's like kind of shiny and it's got all the little microcrystals all over it. That's the same type of thing, except for here it's like bloop. Olive is on our shape and form quest today. Yeah, it is a mini canyon. Same erosive forces, but those are really cool. Look at that, out of all this peeling layers. Something maybe, how there's different types of ceramic clay that we use, the rougher stuff, and then the white stuff is even finer. Maybe when the mud was washing out the different types of dirt from the hills, this was like a finer stuff, and this layer, I don't know why it would make those shapes. Same reason it makes these shapes, right? Because it has to make some shape, But you can see that they're harder, and they always look finer. When the layers are like harder, I notice it's finer, and that's how we make our ceramics too. This whole layer here. So if you found fossils in that, they'd be more stable than the crumbly ones, That there'd have to be life in them. Oh God. Don't you just want to pull the fingers apart?
Yep.
Oh, that's what they look like.
Wait, can I do it?
Yeah. Let me get this one out. The next one will come out. Maybe go that way with it. Maybe you need to, no. And remember, don't hurt yourself. Oh, that's a big slab. See, these slabs are running this way. It goes all the way down. Look at that. That's what you're trying to break off. It's a dino foot.
Whoa, wait. With that?
Oh, look at how strong. Ooh. Cool patterns. Now those are little minerals. It didn't quite make a druzy, but it made a little layer. You see that? So that's where stuff was seeping through, you know, like on my clothes when I get wet and it dries out, there's salt.
Yeah.
Same type of thing, but whatever minerals were in this, that's some pretty cool looking shale. We're leaching into these cracks, right? Easier than going into the rock. And that's why there'll be gold with quartz sometimes and other precious stuff, is because it all soaks out and then, you know, makes little layers. Pretty cool. It's a butterfly. Look at that. Got to get that one wet for sure. We actually have gone downstream and we're about to overlap on the area where we've already hunted before. So I feel like that's a good thing. It's gonna rain here hopefully in California in the next couple of months. And that'll start this whole process again because we're only hunting the top layer of this. So you can just turn itself all over and it'll be a brand new bed. God, the chunks of stuff down here are gargantuan. That is another huge agate. And that does have layers and swirlies all through it. God. I have to take that and get that wet. That's crazy. There's our greenstone on it. This is a huge, oh, it's broken there. That is a huge gob of chalcedony. That whole thing, look at it. Look at that one. You don't even know how well, look at that one. We gotta go get all these wet. I have two huge ones now. I got this one and the other one, plus the other one we found. That's three. That's insane. And everywhere I look, there's more. Okay. Stacking this by the other giant one because I'd only used about where we are when we go back to the water. I guess we could use the bucket, but these are so dirty. That is just a pure chunk. These are all just pure chunks. Wow. That's crazy. Wait, look at this one. This must be where they just piled up. Look at this boulder. Look at this.
We're finding the most giant chunks.
Do you see that?
We can start a business.
That is crazy. Whoa. Have to get this one wet too. Let's put this in our pile. I think me and you are maxing out on what we can carry. Don't you? Look at that. Yeah, but look. Favorite types of serpentine. Yeah, no, look at that. It is crazy
It's
beautiful.
already dry.
Yeah, but those polish up nice. I've already done some. And those colors go all the way through, those black spots, and what you're seeing on the surface isn't like other serpentine where it's just a layer. That's a solid note of that stuff. And we likes it. We likes it a lot. Good job, kid. You know she's shoulder high to me. That's what each little fleck of this stuff can hold in it. So much color and swirl and variety. Water? Oh yeah, there's some water over here. Luckily we don't have alligators. Don't think. I guarantee you there's a lot of turtles in this though. Look at all the grass all bent down everywhere. It's the last little hole. Oh, and snails. We'll try not to squish any snails. So this is really yellow spectrum with white bands of, or clear bands running through it. But the whole thing is solid. There's no overburden to that stone. I know it's hard for the camera to pick that up, but the whole thing is agate. There's little windows into it. It's just got like a yellow orange stain on the outside and all through it. But look at the fire even in this piece. And the transparency. Just a solid chunk of goodness right there. Here's our, this is our crazy, bubbly, call it calcitony. Look at that. That's one to cut, I bet you, and it's solid. As a solid, besides the bubbles, goes all the way through. Very transparent in a lot of areas. Just slow down, let you look in. I get the comments that ask me why I take so long in each shot, that I don't need to wait so long, and I get the comments that tell me to wait longer. And so, just trying to strike a middle ground on everything. Overall, my channel is about the details. So, hopefully you are drawn to those as I am, if you are here enjoying this with me.
So they won't look sharp, but it can stab and slice.
Yeah, well, working, if you were in a survival situation, it was your first night, then you'd have your first tool made. Good job. A knife is a good place to start.
Look, you can just not going to actually.
Let's not. Let's look at these. Green stone. And I would have called this California jade, which would be a common term for it. Might get corrected and told it's chert. Other people might correct them, and it'll go back and forth. It's a green, beautiful stone. And when dealing with the comments, I don't mind being corrected, and I've asked since the very beginning for people to chime in and help. We're trying to build a community, and anyone can sit around and read out of a book and type it online, and that's not what this is about. This is just about appreciating each thing found and the finding of them. So, a lot of talk, but we're doing the rock walking. And I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you don't mind when I'm wrong. And that was part of the point of doing this rock hounding, was I wanted everybody to know that anybody can go out with very little knowledge of anything and you can appreciate rocks. And there's always going to be that school of thought that unless you're a quote-unquote expert that you shouldn't be enjoying stuff, and that's just crazy. So it's good to learn the things that you want to learn and that you value, carrying with you as knowledge, and otherwise just appreciate this experience, because in the end everything ends up just being a name that some other human has given to it before you, and it's up to you if you really want to memorize all that or not. When the sky is that color, does it matter that they call it blue? Azul. We also have this huge one of the same makeup, which I'm debating on whether carrying, but I don't know. Our bucket's looking pretty full. My God, though, that's huge. So we're gonna look around for some more little super bright reds. Maybe some pure chunks of just ruby colored fire opal, and we'll let you know. Okay, I told her don't find any more boulders, and about within 5 minutes she's like, got this silly grin. Guess what she's standing on? Yep. You can tell just from the patterning on the outside. It's that jasper agate. Look, not to mention ridiculous colors sticking out of it. Bands of deep oranges and reds. We're standing on that again for size reference there, though. Yeah, we're not hauling that today. Let us know in the comments below if you want Nate and Olive to come back, put that on a stretcher and hike it out of here. But for now it sits.
Stretcher?
Something. You put that in your backpack?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can heft it in there. You can have it. That is a chunk. Look at the deeps of the colors. That's what we're talking about. Look at the druzy bubbles. You didn't even turn it over and find the fire on there. You see that?
It's purple.
It's purple red. That's the fire we're looking for. We're getting that wet right now. Yeah, she's on it. Look at this layer of red orange going through here. No, come get that wet. That's insane. This hunt is getting insane. I think we're a little overburdened here. But this is the zone that we've been working up to, where all the fire is. This is what I was hoping for. This is what you dream of, is getting to that spot where it's just nodules of fire. You see all the little agate layers running through there everywhere? Jeez, look at just that side profile. Oh yeah. That one's got some really cool stuff going on with it. Maybe not. Looks like a bunch of very thin layers. Let's check. This one had a weird window in it. You see that? Oh, it is. Look at that. That's a little hidden node. See it? The whole core of that's like a white. It's just got the rind still stuck on it. That is a node. That might be one for the acid bath. A blue, white chalcedony it looks like on the inside. I've just never seen it stuck like that. Weird. And then here, that's that piece that Olive picked up. It's really beautiful, awesome. Look at the see-throughs in here, and then look at the fire that starts to pop out, and the clarity. And then, boom. There it is. That's the color that we came craving today. You see it? There's your fire. Oh yeah, dip that again. Olive's over here working on the big boulder. You're crazy, girl. I got too many rocks to even put on my body so far.
Jealous because you didn't find the biggest one.
Now there's something darned old.
Whoa, Dad.
Look at that. Square bolts, a little hook,
Dad.
square riggings. There's a circle on that. Goes all the way down. It's hand pounded, hand forged, where they bent it over and heated it together. And the whole thing's so pitted it just looks like yard art. That's cool. Wow, just a foot away from that metal thing is actually, that's old brick with cement connecting it. Olive says she moved this boulder. My 11-year-old. My 9-foot tall 11-year-old child. Yeah, you win. You got the biggest chunk of the day. Stand on top of that one more time and don't fall down. It's rolling. There, that's a good pose. Like that, we just called it done. And then that caught my eye. So I'm going to take all these back, spray them hard with the hose, lay them out in the full sun on the deck, and we'll give you all one more view of them. But yeah, our appreciation levels are dropping off. And there's so many good stones, I think we'll have to come back another time.
I think we
Oh, look at this one. This one's a surprise for home.
Whoa. Oh, I have one in my backpack like that. Sorry.
Save it for home. We got surprises for you. Stay tuned. Meet us back at cleanup. And remember to hit the like button and leave a comment below if you want us to come back here and do this more often. We want to travel the world. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the country so that we don't have to get shots.
Start small. So here's the results of me and Ollie's little trip out. And as you can see, we got some gargantuan chunkages. Look at the color showing through in these. See that? That is just an absolute big gob of red. This is the whole back side of the rock. What you'd call the lighter colored stuff, but you can see even then, this is just a solid gob. Look at that, that's ridiculous. This is our biggest piece out of there. We're definitely finding the heavies. You saw the one Olive was standing on that was as big as her almost. Okay. Ooh. Nice clear chunk of quartz. Probably just take that. Do something like that. This is a little node of what I don't know, but I think it's cool that it has a little window like that. I think that little side window lets in a little bit of light also. You can see it's all gemmy in there. Pretty cool. Oh, okay. Here's our next super fiery Druzy land. This is what that stretch of creek has become known for. Look at it. And then the rest is actually really nice, clear looking material too. This one we looked at pretty careful out there. It's just got a lot of that carnelian orange to it. These are all of our little ones here. These green serpentine, the pure little nodules are some of my favorite. This one's really showing up in the light. You can see how clear of a specimen it is. And then this may be one of our largest chalcedony gobs. You have to really look at each piece up close to appreciate it. It's a lot of edges, but all the edges have some banding and or clarity. And there's the windows in where you really get to see the blueness of it. Distinguish it from a big old quartz gob. Well, it is quartz. Here's some more light. Look how clear that actually is in there. Here's a good example of how clear this rock actually is. It's just thick so we can't see the light go through it all the way, but that's got to be one of the biggest that we've found. On the outside it's a little rough because of all the pocketing, but I guarantee you it's probably more solid on the inside. If we cut that, wow. Or break it, that's still pure there. You can't tell till you get the light up to it. But there's hardly any cloud to that. So I've got that blue to yellow spectrum. Nice. It was the day for giants. Olive ended up grabbing us this, didn't come with this now. Olive ended up grabbing us this one. It's a big old slab. It's not so dark red. It's kind of a weird, like milky ruby pink. But it goes all the way through. And you see it there. It's a solid layer. That one's pretty cool. These little ones have a lot of color to them. Mixing between blue and red and orange in the same stones. This actually broke right off of this when I picked it up. So it's kind of a window inside. Just a bunch of layers and bands and gobbiness of chalcedony. This is our other large boulder. We ended up leaving one in the creek. And you can see the agate, technical agate running through this. The actual banding. And then all the other colors. It's, when you slow down and look at it, all the material of it is actually orange and carnelians. It's a little milky and a little light compared to some of the red carnelian. It doesn't have any bright red, to the fire opal there. But it is a huge boulder of goodness. Trying to show you the close-up so you can see it's actually mid-translucent, with all kinds of little details and fun parts to it. Well worth gathering. And we have not even broke it or cut it to see what could lay on the inside. Definitely have some stuff on the outside that's awesome. Star of the day though, for sure. That's what I'm going back and back and back to that spot for. Look at it. There's some big, deep chunks of red. As red as you could want. And beyond surface. Okay. Hope you had some fun. I had some fun. We got some stuff to tumble. I think this one's going to get reduced into as many awesome little shapes and cabs as I can, and then we will be tumbling her up. And we'll be polishing all of that. Just look right in there. Crazy window. Okay. Thanks for joining me on the quest for details. See you at the next location. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Helps the quest for details grow. I appreciate the support. And if you double click the bell icon next to it, you'll get a notification each time we put out a new video.